So imagine you have a really important life decision to make. Let's say you want to decide if you're going to love yourself. You don't trust yourself to make the decision, so you walk into a crowd of people so you can get some advice. You spot a child eating a messy ice cream cone. Chocolate is all over their face and snot is flowing out of their nostrils. And you think to yourself, that's the perfect person to ask. You then present yourself to the child and say, hey there, can I ask you a question? And the kid says, yeah. And then you say, should I love myself for the rest of my life? And the child says, uh-uh. And then you say to yourself, yes, that's great. That's what I'll do for the rest of my life. And this is exactly what happens when you don't bother updating your iconography. When you were a child, with your child mind, you dictated how certain things were going to be laid out. How you were going to feel, what you were afraid of, and whether it was safe to love. This is how people decide throughout their entire lives to follow, to the letter, the advice of a child who has almost zero life experience, emotional intelligence, or even a conceptual understanding or reasoning about how life works. The value of updating your story is imperative so that your life can be the most effective possible for whatever it is you'd like to experience and accomplish. So, what are the belief systems that I utilize in my practice in order to do what I do? First and foremost, I'd say if I had a religion, it would be the religion of unconditional love. Everything I teach and present revolves around that single doctrine. How to live is unconditional love, what it is, how to think that way, and how it affects everything in your life and its construct. The beautiful thing about this philosophy is that it can be applied to any religion or faith respectfully. Many people believe that living as unconditional love means becoming a doormat. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, standing as love is the most powerful stand you can take in your life. People tend to forget that if you are standing as love in your life towards everything and everyone all of the time, that everything includes you. You get to love yourself just as fiercely as everyone else, and that's the biggest thing that tends to be missing in most people's lives. The human race as a whole does not know how to love themselves. While everyone is love at their core, their limiting beliefs recreated how they felt about who they are and caused them to forget how much they actually love themselves. You see, at the core of your being, you are unconditional love. Therefore, it's important to bring you back to that understanding so you can truly understand yourself. That is how you will find completion. The other challenge would be the attachment to the specific elements of the map itself. This can be quantified into wanting to be right about who you are, inflexibility to new ideas or change, or fear of what idiosyncrasies you might discover inside of yourself. All pain originates in attachment. Therefore, in order to shift into a consciousness that is more effective than the broken parts of your map, you get to be willing to accept that everything in your life can be subject to change in order to reach your ultimate state. This process is called surrender, and with surrender comes the implementation of detachment.